Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
I'm Stacey.
Welcome, Stacey.
Thank you guys for having me.
We brought you here today for a very special one, The Neverending Story, rated PG, released July 20th, 1984, running time of 1 hour and 42 minutes, directed by Wolfgang Petersen, passed in 2022, age 81 from pancreatic cancer. Do you know Wolfgang Petersen?
I do not.
Neither did I.
Should we know him? There were a lot of German names in this credits.
He did some movies we have heard of, though. Das Boot.
Heard of it, never watched it.
Enemy Mine.
Okay, I've heard of that.
With Lugasa, yeah.
The Neverending Story. And the Dustin Hoffman Outbreak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That everybody
I
watched during
remember
COVID.
I watched it during COVID, too, yeah.
Watched it during COVID.
The internet movie...
Wait, when did he die?
He died in 2022.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, there you go.
From pancreatic cancer / COVID.
Yeah.
The internet movie database description: a troubled boy dives into a wondrous fantasy world through the pages of a mysterious book. We only have one tagline this week.
That's awesome. Just, that's all you need.
Yeah.
A boy who needs a friend finds a world that needs a hero in a land beyond imagination. It's too long.
I really think that, I cheated because after I watched this movie, because I was kind of like, what's going on here? Because it's the Neverending Story, but obviously it ended. And I was
There were two sequels.
Well, I read that there were sequels,
There might have been a
and I
third.
read
I
this
don't
was
know if
based
there was
on
a
a
fourth.
book.
I only
and
saw the second one.
The kids'
Black's in
involvement
the third
in
one.
the further books is much more important. I didn't like the framing device. I didn't like the kid. He was a whiny little bitch, and I didn't like
Bastion or Atreyu?
the human kid.
I can see that about Bastion.
Like I didn't like him.
Bastion was a wimp. He was supposed to be like that little,
But every time we went back to him, I'm like, what? Why are we going back? No one cares about this kid. Why are we going
even
back
when he
to
was
him?
hungry and he ate his sandwich?
And like when all of a sudden at the end he became the hero, I guess I was like, wait, what? I'm like, this guy did no work to earn any of this, and now he's the hero. And at the very beginning of it, when they went to this into the land, Fantasia, I think it was,
Fantasia,
which I thought
yes.
was kind of a little copyright infringement. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. I think I've heard of that before, but I thought it was the same kid at first. I'm like, oh, obviously it's
They
just
do
like
kind of look
one
alike,
of those
yeah.
movies where the kid in real life is now portraying the kid in the fantasy world.
No,
Like,
this isn't
it wasn't
Cloak
even
and
the-
Dagger, son.
Yeah.
We're not doing Dagger
There you go.
Coleman.
Right. But I was like, why wouldn't
We
they
just did that one recently. That's
why
why I brought
wouldn't
it
they
up.
just like cast the same kid? Because now there's another kid, and I don't care about the first kid. So I thought that was
Did you
weird.
care about Noah Hathaway? He played Atreyu.
I loved him.
That's
He's
the
great.
other kid?
We
Okay.
met him at
remember
Wizard
you met him.
World. My cousin Christina was there, and she loves this movie, and she loves Noah Hathaway, the Atreyu guy. And we walked by. He was like, we saw where he was at, and he had some people around him, and we walked by with my cousin, me, and my cousin Sal, were with my cousin Christina. And we weren't going to meet Atreyu, but she wanted to, so we were going to go up there with her. This is her first time going to one of these conventions and everything. She's never been.
Oh my god, she's too nervous.
So we're walking by and we're behind her, so she's walking. She just kept walking. So like, all right,
She didn't do it, huh?
she couldn't do it, right? So like, all right, she did it a second time. She couldn't do it.
Oh my
So we
God.
had to go up and introduce. Boom, and then he came from around this table. He hugged her. She got a picture and everything.
Awesome.
No charge.
What? Wow.
That's what he's there
walked away.
for,
I know.
to make money.
And then we walked away, and then like nowadays, these people wouldn't even think about it. They're charging so much money. That Fanatic Fest that's coming up. That's insane. The
That
amount of money
thing
they're
is
charging.
crazy.
Oh.
My sister's
There's a
going
sports one
too.
in New York,
Oh,
and
it's a
everybody's
sports
there.
one.
Like
Okay.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning,
Tom
Mike
Brady,
Tyson.
No
like-
way.
Tom Brady not signing autographs.
Oh, what's he there for?
He's there
Pictures?
he's doing a panel.
Oh, who cares about that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not
Yeah.
doing. But they're advertising that Tom Brady's going to be here. You're going to be able to breathe the same air as Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
It's not that
but there's
special.
so many people that
I
are
wonder
going to be
his
there.
diet,
And
though.
like you look at the price for somebody, Eli Manning, a game used item. A game used item for Eli Manning to sign, $1,100.
No way.
I have a game signed ball from
come
Eli Manning right on the other side of this wall.
$100?
Wow.
I have an Eli Manning ball
I know.
signed on the other side of this wall.
He has a ball signed by the Patriots too, with
Oh, he
Aaron
did.
Hernandez on it.
I have convicted murderers.
He has
That's
Aaron
worth
Hernandez.
something.
That's
a
gonna
good
be-
one.
that's a
Got
good
murder
one.
ball.
Wow.
Sweet.
Noah Hathaway, what's he been in? Anything? Can he do his top four?
No, I cannot.
I do know that he was a dancer. I know
Oh.
he was a very good dancer, and I think
You're
he
saying
hurt.
he was? He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still,
Oh,
but
okay,
he
okay.
doesn't dance as much because he hurt. I think he hurt his leg.
Because he's old now and he's like,
or he damaged his leg or something, so he can't
he's
dance
probably
the way
like
he used
our
to.
age-ish. Well, my
I think he's
age-ish.
probably,
Like, he was probably like 15 in this.
I think he's
He was young.
maybe
yeah.
50.
He's a little
Yeah, I bet he's
older.
50.
I would
think
say
he's
he's like
probably around that,
55-ish.
I'll get his age
Happens
for you
to
real
all of us.
quick.
We get old. Sorry to tell all you youngers.
Well, I'm just trying to think. I was 7. And yeah, so he'd have been.
He's
yeah,
probably about 11 or 12,
52-ish.
right?
Yeah.
Figure.
I think he was a teen. He had to be 14, 15.
Come on, the
So I was
signal
saying,
down
I
here
was
is
14
weak,
when this
man.
movie came out. My signal's all of that, dude. I mean, unless I unplugged everything to get that charge.
I think
I was
you might have.
unplugging everything in this house. I did this, ripping wires out of the
Oh
wall.
my God.
Michelle's got to go
Noah
sit down and be like,
Hathaway was
"Here we go."
born November 13th, 1971.
He's a year younger than me.
Okay.
So he's a spry 53-year-old.
And Barrett Oliver was born in 73.
So he's 2
That
years
was
year
last
before
year?
me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Noah Hathaway's top 4, The Neverending Story, obviously. Battlestar Galactica, he played Boxy in all 21 episodes.
Get that? The original Battlestar Galactica. Okay.
He played
Awesome.
Boxy in all 21 episodes. And he was a troll in played Troll. He was Harry Potter Jr. in the movie Troll.
I saw that. I don't think it has anything to do with Harry
It's the
Potter.
movie Troll. It just happened to have
Yeah,
that name,
had
Harry
that-
Potter.
Because
Harry
that came
Potter.
out before Harry Potter
Yeah.
ever came
Yeah,
out.
it just happened to
Yeah.
coincidence,
Wow, that's
And now I'll go to Barrett Oliver, who played Bastion.
I played Luke Skywalker in 1967 before it was cool to be called Luke Skywalker.
Barrett's top 4, The Neverending Story. Daryl, D period, A period,
I remember
R
that
period,
movie. I
Y
never
period,
saw it, but I
L
remember
period.
that came
Yep. That, I think, comes up 86
Soon,
maybe.
yeah.
Then he was also in Cocoon.
Oh, he must be the kid.
And he's in Frankenweenie, that one that we didn't do. Not
Oh.
the newer one.
Oh, not the Tim
okay.
Burton one?
There's one in the 83
Okay.
or 82 or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that, yeah. Up next, we had Tammy Stronach. She's the childlike empress, the blonde girl. And her top 4 has The Neverending Story, Man and Witch, The Dance of Thousand Steps.
Ooh.
And Posledny Z Oporveru. I don't know that one. It's a different language. And Ultra Low.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
I think they.
No
got-
real
yeah,
So I guess
stars
she hasn't,
coming out
I
of
guess
this
she hasn't
one.
done anything in a while.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds like a child star that never became an adult.
Those are some
Yeah.
clunkers.
Bastion's father was played by Gerald McCraney.
The dad, I don't even remember
Major
the dad.
Dad. The guy, he's from Major
He's
Dad.
Major Dad.
Okay.
He was also in Simon and Simon.
Oh, that was the dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all 156 episodes.
I know exactly who you're talking about now, and I didn't recognize him in this movie.
Did you know he was,
Was
in
he
the,
only in that first scene?
he's
Yes.
only in that first scene. That's
At
what I was.
breakfast?
That's what I was saying to
Yeah.
Dana before. I said I thought that he was in more of the movie for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's there, and he's like kind of like a mean father, really.
And he
Right?
gives
Like-
his kid,
Yeah.
and he drinks OJ and eggs mixed together. Because I wrote it down. I was like, OJ and eggs mixed together. Come
He was
on.
also in the 2010 A-Team movie. I didn't
That was
see
a
that.
good movie.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
Liam Neeson as the main guy.
I'm making him get it.
George
He does
Papar's
this to me
role.
sometimes.
George Papar's role, and then Bradley Cooper was Face, and
Who was B.A. Baracus?
I forget his name. I don't think I would know his name.
Who played Mr. T?
Yeah, I mean I know Mr.
You don't
T,
know
but I don't know
Mr.
who
T?
the guy was in the new one. And there was Murdoch was I don't remember. It was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe it was this guy. What do I know?
Well, you had one guy from the original A-Team. He was also in Battlestar Galactica, right?
Yeah, that's
That was
Dirk
the
Benedict.
Dirk
That was
Benedict,
Face,
right?
and that was Bradley Cooper
Then
in the
Dwight
new one.
Schultz was the other one.
Yes.
That's right. I know my A-Team.
He was also in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
The Bullies. I got the 3 bullies that are outside there.
Good lord.
So, yeah. Excuse me. Chris Eastman is the first bully. He's been in Hot Rod. I don't know if you know that movie with Andy Samberg.
Do
It's
I
a
know
good
it?
movie.
It's a
That's a
fantastic
great
movie.
movie. Hot Rod. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking
man.
about.
It's a great
With
movie.
Andy Samberg, so that's
Andy
got to be a more
Samberg,
recent
yeah.
movie.
I have it on DVD if you
It's
guys
really
want to borrow
funny.
it.
Oh my lord.
It's a really good one, yeah. The Neverending Story. He was in the 1990 TV miniseries.
Oh,
It.
really?
Chris Eastman, yeah.
Huh.
So he was one of the
He
kids.
must've
He was one
like
of
a-
the kids, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The second bully, Daryl Cooksey, The Neverending Story, Emerald Point. He's an N period, A period, S period, or NOS. 9 of 22 episodes. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
You were not allowed to be down here.
I have him also in one episode of Chips. He was in an episode
well,
of
that's
Chips.
why.
But also Daryl Cooksey, no relation to Danny Cooksey of Different Strokes.
Who was that?
That was the little redhead.
Yes.
So there was people thought that they were related because he's Daryl Cooksey and that was Danny Cooksey, but they're not related. And Nicholas Gilbert was the other one. He had a top 2, Neverending Story, and he did one ABC weekend special. That was it.
Okay.
How you been?
What's up, Ma?
Do you want to sit down?
No, it's okay.
Just checking us out.
See what this is.
Oh yeah, I know you're so enthralled about all the excitement.
I am because I listen and I want to know, how it looks. And
Okay.
everything. It's very exciting.
Deep Roy played Teeny Weeny.
Teeny.
You may remember him from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Which one
He
was
the one who
Teeny
played he did all the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, he was like the one that he just cloned him.
But wait, which one was Teeny Weeny
Okay.
in this movie?
Teeny Weeny was the little Deep Roy. He's like the little brown
Yeah, he was he was on the slug. The snail.
snail. Yeah.
Snail.
So okay. So at the very beginning of the movie, when they get to the Fantasia area, we meet the big rock dude.
Yes.
And we meet the slug, and then the guy that's on the slug, and then we meet this other thing, and
The guy on the
and then we never see any of those characters ever again until we meet the rock guy 3 minutes before the movie ends.
Yeah, because they got lost.
Terrible,
And then nothing.
terrible making of a movie that you make me care about all these characters,
I know.
and then never. I'm like, what happened to the slug guy and all? Like, what happened to all those characters?
They were like, we ran out of time.
They're like, well, we were planning on making a sequel like the next day, and we didn't get the money for that. Sorry.
Notice it never ended, so we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, it never ended, but it should have ended earlier.
Let's see. I'm just going through.
So wait, so the guy that was on the slug was the Oompa Loompa from the 1971 Willie?
No,
Charlie
the
Chocolate?
new the
Johnny Depp one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where they
okay,
cloned the. It was the same guy did all the Oompa Loompas.
I actually never saw the Johnny Depp version.
Don't
but,
see it. It's not
okay.
worth it.
It's not good.
Although I saw the last half hour of the new one, the Timothy Chalamet one.
I liked it.
I think
Did
it's
you?
good. I like
liked
it.
it.
I think
Really?
It's fun.
I love Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
do
good.
too.
I think I've
Yeah.
seen the whole thing, but then I saw the last half hour.
Oh, I
the
loved
other
it.
day.
I was
I'm
singing
like,
along.
I'm in.
I thought it was too much singing. It really bummed me
I
out.
want more singing. Let me just go through some of these are not going to make any sense. So Moses Gunn played Chiron. He was in Shaft, Rollerball, Heartbreak Ridge. Sidney Bromley played Engie Wook. Was also an American Werewolf in London.
I don't even know who these characters are, or unless you're saying their actual
How about
names.
Urgel, played by Patricia Hayes? She was also in A Fish Called Wanda. She played
Yes,
Mrs. Cody.
she was the old lady.
Yes.
At the when they
And
went to
the
the
little
elf,
people?
elf or troll, whatever it was, when
Yeah.
they had what they looking through the telescope and
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
looking through the bridge.
She was
or
also
whatever.
in Willow.
But yeah, she was the old lady in A Fish Called Wanda that had the 3 dogs that Michael Palin killed one by one during that movie by accident. Oh my God, Fish Called Wanda is one of the best movies of all time. She's the old lady. As soon as I saw her, I'm like, the old
Yeah.
lady from Fish Called Wanda.
I knew that would be. I had that one marked for you. I knew you would get that one. Playing the first balladeer was Lamal.
What's a
What's the
balladeer?
first balladeer?
I don't know. It's somebody that sings, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But who's Lamal?
Lamal is the singer for Kajagoogoo. He also sings the theme song to Neverending Story.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, he's.
Wow.
Did you know that he was the singer for
I
Too Shy?
did not.
And
No.
Shy, shy.
I had no idea.
and he sings this. Yeah,
Wow.
the Neverending Story. Yeah, it's not. That
It's so funny. I
That
never
song,
I
seen
thought
Stranger,
that was
but I knew
singing-
that
I thought
song.
that was a woman
I knew
singing.
that song.
that's Lamal.
I thought that was a woman.
There might be a woman singing background, but that's Lamal.
No, when she goes, dream a dream. I
Yeah.
thought that was a straight up
No,
woman.
that's Lamal. Dream
Interesting.
a
It
dream.
Sounds like a lady.
Yeah. Wow.
You just want to hear. What's his name on Stranger Things? Dustin.
Oh, right.
Oh, his name is
You mentioned that
Dustin
the
in
other
real
day that
life.
Dustin sang this in one
He
season of
did.
Stranger Things.
Over the microphone with his girlfriend, over like the radio.
Oh, right.
She made him sing
She
it
made
to
him sing
tell
to help him.
to give
Yeah.
him the coordinates
Yeah.
or something. I forget his name.
Is it Dustin? Right?
Isn't that his real name?
Is that his real name?
Oh, what his actual name is?
The kid
Dustin?
doesn't have the teeth in the
Oh, I
front.
don't know. Do we know
And he's
any of
got
their
the
real
curly
names?
hair.
Oh, Fish Wolfhard, I guess we know his
That's
name,
the
right?
other kid. Yeah.
Isn't it Finn?
Is it Finn?
It's Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, that's much cooler than
Yeah.
Fish, I guess.
Yes.
I mean,
It's a little cooler.
what were her parents? His parents should have been like, your name is John Smith. We're not naming you
Yeah.
Finn Wolfhard. My God. I saw he's in that Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
movie.
Dustin Henderson. His Gatton Matarazzo.
Gatton,
is
that's his real name. Okay.
Dustin in the show. I was
Yeah,
right, yeah.
okay.
Those guys have all broken out of that. And made
Well, they're all
fantastic
going to
careers
be
of
way.
themselves.
They're going to be senior citizens when we see the final season.
This is ridiculous.
Is it coming out this?
Next year, I think.
Is it even next year?
I think it's
my God.
2025, yeah.
That is like the kind of show that, like, who the hell cares
Well,
about
that's like
Yeah,
when,
right now. Yeah.
I like what Cobra Kai did. They broke out the final season's 15 episodes and they broke it into 3 parts.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Five,
That's
and
fine.
five. So we got
But you
one
know
in
what?
now,
Keep the
one in
juice
November.
going.
And then
Yep.
With the last season of Stranger Things, before it came out, I'm like, who gives a shit about this show anymore?
Yeah.
I'm not going to like it. And I freaking loved it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And that's
So,
fine. But then
hopefully-
you take another
hopefully they can
3
stick
years
that
to do
landing.
another season.
long
Those
hair,
guys are
the
all
kid
going
with
to
the
be at
long
least
hair,
30.
he's not back. They didn't bring him back. The
Well-
kid with the long hair.
He died.
Nah, he didn't die. Did
Eddie?
he?
Oh, wait,
Eddie?
yeah.
Yeah, he died.
The
Oh,
one
I
playing
thought he
Master
stole-
of Puppets?
No.
he got
No,
killed.
not Eddie. The stoner kid.
Oh, the pizza delivery
Pizza
guy?
delivery guy. Yeah,
From-
that guy. I know that
You're
guy.
ta- oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about him.
Yeah.
They didn't bring him back.
I
with the
saw
long
him in
hair.
something
Yeah.
recently.
He was in something recently. I
Yeah,
know
I
what
can't
you're talking
remember
about.
what it
Yeah.
was. Darn.
And then I got Alan Oppenheimer. He played Rockbiter, Falcor, Gamork, and he was the narrator for the voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only reason I put him on there is because he's fucking Skeletor.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the Masters of the Universe. Yes. He also does Man at Arms and Cringer and 50 other characters in He-Man.
Yeah.
Never seen an episode of He-Man.
Oh, I love-
Never
Are
seen
you
it.
Oh,
serious?
so good.
I'm an old man.
I
Those
don't
shows were all out when I was a
understand that. I
teenager.
I love He-Man.
Me too.
He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe. Never saw
No,
any of those.
my
Never saw any of those.
God.
She missed it all.
Yeah.
Wow, your
I saw all the
childhood
cool shit from the
sucks.
70s. Yeah, I'm the 70s.
So did I.
I know.
On rerun, though.
Yeah, but I saw it.
I
I saw
know.
live.
Damn.
Did you see
I
it live?
don't-
What did you see live in the 70s?
Oh, Super Friends for sure. I remember every Saturday morning, like
Okay, I saw
making
that
sure I
too,
got
yeah.
up for
Yeah.
like Super Friends. But like, I don't care that I missed all those shows. Like every time they're
Ah.
talking about He-Man, I'm like, don't even care. I don't
Wow.
feel like I
Because he
missed
didn't
anything.
watch it.
Yeah.
If he had watched it, then he cared.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Just
He
like
has
the
the
Neverending
things-
Story. I was
yeah.
like, I don't care that I missed it because I didn't care then.
But this would be like, and that's why I said if it's something that you watched when you were younger, you'd have that. That we have
course.
that feeling.
Like, if I watch-
I can give a score from now, and I can give a score from when I was a kid. Then I should give the total score, combine them, and again give the final score.
I mean, my
Because I have
score for
different
this
scores
movie
for
is
both
based on
times.
a 54-year-old man watching
For the
this
first
movie.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
For the first time. No nostalgia, no nothing. Any more cast?
Nah, that's
I
all
got
I
one more.
I skipped
more.
over some. So what is it?
The old man that runs the bookstore that he stole the book from, like that guy, that old man, he is Father Andrew from V. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did have that. Yeah. Sorry.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, it's Father Andrew.
I know I should have put up. Yeah, right there. I should have put an up. Sorry.
I'm glad you didn't mention it. I got to mention it.
All right,
always
what do
like
you
to
guys
mention
think of
the
this
V
movie?
people.
Talk about this movie.
I love this movie. It was on repeat when I was a kid, for sure.
Well, I think you should check into something and maybe go on vacation. Bavaria Film Park in Munich, Germany. You can ride on Falcor's back.
Are you serious?
Oh my god.
That's awesome. And I'll have to say, I only watching it now realized, oh, he's a luck dragon. I thought he was a dog hybrid of some kind.
Yeah, when they said
Yeah.
he was a dragon, I'm
Wasn't
like,
he
he's
a
not a
snack
dog?
dragon?
Like,
He was
what?
a luck dragon.
Snapdragon.
Yeah. But I think as a kid, I just must have wanted him to be a flying dog. So
I think it was
was
just.
like,
I think everybody just called him a dog.
yeah.
Speaking of
His
dogs,
face
He
was
looks like
very
he's got
dog.
Story
the
about
floppy
Falcor.
ears.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I named my first dog Falcor because he did look
Nice.
exactly
Yeah,
like
my
the luck
mom
dragon.
had a Shih Tzu that looked exactly
Yes.
like Falcor, the same face.
Yeah.
Obviously, the body was a little, but the face was identical.
Look, your mom's dog.
It is. It looks like my mom's dog. I swear to God.
I just
Looked
loved
just
every
like
scene
that.
where he was on the ground like that. He's the laziest ass dragon because
Yeah.
he can't move his body.
But
also
his talk's lazy,
His
too.
head's just kind of like bobbing up and down. That was fun. He was the most interesting part of the movie, I thought, except the turtle. Who's the turtle? I don't know.
Morla.
anyone.
Morla.
I love that scene, except nothing came of it because he
No.
basically just went there to say, "What do we do now?" And they're like, "Go to the other guy." I'm like,
Yeah.
"We spent 5 minutes standing in front of this turtle," but
Just
I
get
did like that
sneezed
whole.
on.
I like that whole design. I liked it was like the swamp and
It says it was most of the
very
film was
Yoda-like.
shot in the summer of '83 in Germany. It was Germany's hottest summer in 25 years.
So this was
Wow.
all German
Yeah.
because Wolfgang, whatever the fuck his
Peterson,
name is,
yeah.
doing this, and they probably just had a lot of German money in this.
And
You know.
you're in love with Noah Hathaway. He owns and operates a tattoo parlor in Los Angeles.
Oh wow.
I do know he has a sleeves of tattoos when we met him.
I hope
And which
one of
one's
them
him?
is Artex.
He's the
Atreyu.
Okay,
He was the one.
Yeah.
Atreyu. He's the one on. He's the one who cried for Artax.
Oh,
Oh my
that
God,
was the
that
first. Like
scene.
when I was a kid, that was so
Artax!
heartbreaking to me.
Oh,
It
his
was
horse?
trauma.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
How is there not some kind of like no animals were harmed in the making of this movie except that horse?
Yeah.
Because that horse was not sinking in
When did they
that
start
mud
putting that in
willingly.
his movies?
No,
Because when did they
his
start putting
eyeballs were
that?
bugging out of his
Yeah.
head.
I was like,
Yeah.
that horse is
Get
being
that horse in the
tortured right
Academy
there.
Award.
I
He
think
tried
he
to
was
get him
really
out.
being sunk in
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
for sure.
That
That
horse
was
looked
scary.
That
Yeah.
horse looked scared
That
out of
horse
his mind.
was
And I hope
definitely
he survived.
scary.
I hope he came back the next
I
day
know.
and was like,
Yeah, because you're going to
Fuck
give that
you guys.
horse a heart attack or something.
know.
You know what I mean? Like,
That looked like the horse from Animal House. Animal House. Wait, like had the heart attack and died. I was
but never
shocked.
saw it.
I was so
Well, it was also filmed in Germany. They probably didn't have that over there.
You're right.
Oh yeah, but I also want to know, when did they start putting that on movies? Like, when was the first time that was?
It might have been this movie that said, "Can we see like that horse now?" Yeah, he's back in the stables now. We'll get him for you. What color was he? White. White horse. Get a white horse.
That's gonna have to be a one take.
Yeah.
They tried to paint Noah green for the movie, but because in the book he's green. But
Oh.
it didn't look like. He said he looked like fungus. And Falcor is actually a 43-foot-long motorized creature with 6,000 plastic scales and pink feather fur. His head is 3 feet tall and long and has a long tongue in the mouth.
Wow. The
Okay.
animatronics were really good
Yeah,
for the
there
time.
was
I
a
feel
lot
like they
of
were
good stuff
really
in this
good.
movie as far as it's a kids movie. They probably didn't have the budget to do a lot of stuff, but they made a lot of stuff look good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was surprised. The turtle and Falcor, I thought they looked good for what they were, which is basically a stationary thing, kind of moving. That turtle
Yeah.
coming out of the mud.
The horse that played Artax was given to Noah Hathaway after filming Wrapped. However, due to the
Nice.
cost of transportation, need for quarantine and neutering, the horse remained in Germany. So I don't know.
Where it was
we made
quickly
it.
turned into dog food.
And they made
Shit, that
glue.
poor
He was Elmer's glue.
Hey, how would you like this horse? I love it. So it's going to cost you like $5,000. Be like, okay, you know.
Or we could turn it into some glue.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Send me a bottle of Elmer's, and I'll just be like, every time I use it, I'll be like,
Your buddy Steve Spielberg helped with editing on this.
oh.
Yeah,
wow.
he helped his buddy Wolfgang with that.
Well, I'm sure Steven Spielberg's a fan of the Germans, you know, so I can see why he would do that.
True. According to an article released by Der Spiegel.
Der Spiegel.
I just wanted to say for that because it says writer Michael Ende had hoped for this film to be directed either by Andrzej Wajda or Akira Kurosawa.
Oh, wow. Kurosawa. That would have
Yeah.
been amazing.
Who's that?
He's like the best Japanese director of all
Oh,
time that
okay.
everybody said. He did The Hidden Fortress and Seven Samurais, and
Oh.
Lucas and Spielberg all bowed down to him and say he is the most
They
amazing
say that
director
Star
of all
Wars
time.
came from like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that he done.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like, yeah.
That would have been crazy if he did this movie. I wish
It would be a
well,
very different movie.
different
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
There would have been a lot of Japanese people in it, which I guess would have been okay. I don't know.
Let's
sorry.
see. Yeah,
You're
you
doing all
guys
the
have
talking. Sorry,
notes. I
sorry, I
mean, I
did.
feel like I'm just doing it all the heavy lifting here, kids.
I love how, so when he goes into see the old man at the bookstore when he's hiding
Yes,
from the
the
bullies.
old man's very mean too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, kids, all you want to do is play video games, and if it doesn't go beep beep, you don't know how to read. Which is funny because that same generation has now grown up saying kids only want to play video games and they don't know how to read.
And this
Yeah.
is 1984.
And it's
How many
yeah.
video games? Like, what are you playing?
Yeah.
Pac-Man and Asteroids?
Video,
I
like,
know.
no.
video games at that time.
They
was
were
a
at the
fad.
arcade,
Yeah.
and you
Considered
were
a
at the
fad,
arcade
yeah.
all the time. So yeah, it's so funny how this it never changes, and every generation thinks they're the first to say, "My generation didn't do it. We were outside
Which
playing."
is really
with,
scary to think what your
I know.
granddaughter's going to be doing in
know.
20 years where you're going to
Yeah.
be like, can you, like, stop doing whatever the thing is
I
that
know.
Yeah.
we
It's
didn't
gonna
think
be
about 20
something-
years ago?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just stop reading my mind.
Take that thing out of your ears and unplug your eyes.
Yeah.
And pull your eyes back and pop that
Yeah,
out.
and have a
and-
real conversation with me at the dinner table.
Listen, when I was young, we never just went to Jupiter for lunch.
Yeah.
And listen, if we could go to Jupiter for lunch, I'd be doing
I'd be
that.
excited,
But-
right, yeah.
they've been promising us that since the 70s. Like, oh yeah, by the year 2000, we'll be living on the
On
moon.
the moon, yeah.
We can't even get to the moon again.
I was promised flying cars
Yeah,
in life, much
flying
like
cars.
the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Can you
Very
imagine? Why don't we have
disappointed.
flying cars now?
Yeah.
People can't drive on the road.
You know,
Here,
the,
have a car that flies.
Yeah.
you know the metalcore band Atreyu got their name from
Wait, what's it?
the metalcore band Atreyu.
I
They got
now
the
I know
name
that. I
from-
would have never thought
yeah.
that before. Yeah.
But Noah Hathaway has said that when he appears at fan conventions, he has put out baskets of dollar bills. He invites anyone to take $1 if they've had to undergo therapy after watching the Swamps of Sadness scene in which Atreyu's horse Artax dies.
Yeah, that
The scene
was
has
really
traumatized
sad.
generations of
And how
children.
did he not die in that
thousands of
swamp?
comments.
Because he was
knew how to get
sad.
out.
Wouldn't that
He
be
was
sad enough?
sad.
He was crying.
His horse. How was the horse sad? First of all, it's a freaking horse. I can understand being scared,
Well, that's
anxious,
sad.
sad.
Sad makes sense. A horse can be sad. You take away his horse from his mother, he'd be sad, miss his mother.
He's a mammal. Mammals get sad.
Okay.
I think all mammals get sad.
Sure.
But yeah, how did
For an animal
dude
lover,
not-
you're being very
I
mean
know.
right now.
How did he not
But
sink it right into the
Atreyu
mud
should have
afterwards?
sank right with him.
Yeah.
So
That made no
And
sense
Atreyu
that it
knew
was
how to
the
get
swamp
out.
of sadness.
he was crying, sad, tears. He should have sunk.
Yeah.
He should have sank. Whatever.
He cried the
Sank.
tears after he got out.
Sang.
He was out already. Then he cried his tears.
No, he was sitting right there by the horse's corpse as he saw his eyes. He saw his big eyes like sticking out. I'm like, please save me.
I was just going to say we should pour one out for our tax.
Yeah, we should.
I'm going to pour one out and say, what's the horse's name again? Like the Warriors, whatever. Sorry.
It says a lot of people get the Arin tattoo. What's the Arin?
That's the
that's-
symbol
yeah.
he wore on
All
his
right, yeah.
chest. It was on the book.
I'm going to see what that looks like. Maybe I'll get it.
Oh, the bat guy. I just have so the rock guy and the bat and the slug are introduced and then just leave. We never see him again. The bat.
We see him
guy
at the
was
end, I think, when everything goes back
Yeah.
to
The rock
to
guy was
happy.
there.
come back.
Yeah.
Some interesting.
No, when he
Was
defeats
everybody
the
there?
nothing,
Oh, yeah.
you see all the
Did
different
you get an
characters.
Arin tattoo?
Oh, no.
By the way, great
it's
name
cool.
for a bad guy. The Nothing. I was like, that's a
Nothing,
great
yeah.
name for a bad guy.
The
The,
Nothing,
Nothing. Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, every time it said the Nothing's coming, I'm like, the Nothing would scare me.
Yeah.
I'm down with being scared by the. So when the kid's being bullied. Wait, I'm just looking at my notes here. Oh, so we've done a lot of movies recently where the movie starts off and the kid's mom's already dead. I know
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger started that way. Like as soon as I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we're doing another dead mom movie.
That's how like
what
all
are we
the
doing?
Pixar movies start with that now
Well,
too. They
you have
kill
to kill
someone.
a mom. You have to kill a parent off.
Yeah.
Superheroes. Every superhero has to kill a parent off.
Yeah.
Or at least one, maybe both.
Another during an appearance at a Dragon Con in 2010, Noah Hathaway, who played the heroic role of Atreyu, revealed that virtually none of his lines in the film are his own voice, despite the fact that he did record the lines himself. Instead, another actor was brought in to dub over Hathaway's lines, and this was used for the finished film.
Wow.
The voice used was
Dubbed, huh?
apparently different from that of Hathaway, who has a higher pitched and had no accent. Whoever this other actor was, they appear to have gone uncredited. You can hear Noah Hathaway's actual voice in the making of Special, released in '83.
I do remember a scene where his lips weren't matching. I'm
I
pretty
didn't
sure it
realize
was
he had
that
an
one I just
accent.
watched, yeah.
Like I guess you're
Yeah.
saying he didn't have an accent.
I rented it
Okay.
off of off of Apple. That's where I got it. So I didn't notice anything.
Did I pay for it or did I see it free? I don't remember.
I saw this on.
Did you rent it?
I
or-
rented it on Amazon,
Yeah.
and they had some like general trivia
I might have
on the
done it
side
on
too.
Amazon.
Amazon's great for that
Yeah.
because you just hit the
Yes.
thing. It tells
Yep,
every
it just-
character that's on screen.
I love
Yeah.
that about Amazon.
Yeah, I got to
It's
start
fun.
renting on Amazon more often. I keep
Yeah.
doing Apple instead, but
The-
Amazon's way better. I
They
agree.
did give me the one thing that Noah was hurt twice during filming. When he was learning to ride the horse, he got threw off and stepped on. And then in the drowning scene in the Swamp of Sadness, his leg got caught on the elevator, and he was dragged under. And when he was brought back up, he was like unconscious for a little bit.
Wow.
The kid was.
Yeah,
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Fucking Germans can get away with that stuff. You know,
you
if
never
they
hear
make that in
about
America, they have rules.
They can only be on set for so long, and
We
they
should
have
do
to
a podcast in Germany, and then we have no
you
rules.
just put all kinds of stuff in
I mean,
there.
they're like Holocaust there and shit like that. They can get away with everything. They'll say, "Oh, we don't do that stuff anymore."
The Holocaust was real?
They'll do it again. Nice, a Holocaust denier. You always need one of them on there.
I got this too. I tried to look at some of these during the very first scene inside the Ivory Tower. Eagle-eyed viewers can spot many well-known characters from other media hidden among the Fantasians. Characters that appear to feature are Yoda.
Get the fuck out of here, man! I did not see any of those things.
Can you let me finish?
I was looking at
Gumby, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Okay, Lando.
I'm sorry to get it. Mickey Mouse, 2 Ewoks, C-3PO, and E.T., the extraterrestrial.
This sounds like a copyright nightmare.
Notably, these characters are only present in the wide shots and were likely digitally added, as in close-up scenes where characters such as Yoda should be visible based on their placement, they are not actually there. These characters were probably kept fairly obscure on purpose so as not to draw attention to them too much and cause licensing and copyright issues.
That's crazy. That's fun though. I
Yeah.
mean, those are Easter eggs back in the days before there were things
Before
like
you
that
see
and
that, yeah.
everything.
So I think it's in this scene when they're all just standing around.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they were all
guess.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're gonna send our hero out. It's gonna be
Can
a
you see
kid."
Chewbacca?
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
No.
I thought you said Chewbacca.
I always say Chewbacca.
I think
How do
you
you say
see an ET though.
Chewbacca?
Look, doesn't that look like it could be ET with like a
Oh,
really
yeah.
long head and
That's
that?
definitely that's ET
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I would never say Chewbacca. I would say Chewie.
I say Chewbacca.
I'm friends with him.
How would you say it?
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
He's Chewy.
We all have our ways. We all have our ways.
I'm not that close with Star Wars to be able to use.
You watch Star Wars, all the movies too close to each other.
Oh, yeah, and never again.
They all come together. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, when Lando did that in what one?
Yeah,
He's in
like,
every
whatever.
movie for
That
you,
happened
yeah.
in all of them. Because
It's amazing how something I loved so much I will never watch ever again.
Chewbacca.
Kathleen Kennedy pissed in my mouth. I'll never look at it again.
So it took a while to train a horse to drown. It said there's a reason why the Swamp of Sadness scene took so long to shoot. The short version, most horses won't walk into deep pools of mud.
I wonder why. Because they'll sink to their death.
It took 2 trainers 7 weeks to teach the horse playing
Oh
Artax.
my
The harness
God.
under its legs, dragging it
stand
below
still.
the mud.
yeah.
Took him 2 trainers 7 weeks to teach the horse playing Artax to stand still on a hydraulic platform in the swamp with mud up to his chin without trying to swim or run away. You can't fucking do that to
That
a
sounds
horse.
like torture.
That's
They
so
torture that
mean.
horse.
Now I have extra sadness over that scene.
And then they tried to give it to the kid, and they said, "Nah, sorry, you have to pay for the neutering." Now you're gonna cut my balls off too? Like,
Not only that,
fuck
but the
off.
horse is trauma. Oh, that's so sad.
That poor horse. Now I feel sad about watching this movie.
know.
I feel
And then I got-
contributed to this.
Bastion is Canadian. The real world does not play a major role in the Neverending Story, so the city is never explicitly identified. While the bulk of the film was made at Bavaria Studios in Munich, the scenes of Bastion at home in the bookstore and running away from the bullies down an alley were all shot in Gastown, a neighborhood in downtown Vancouver, British Columbia.
Gastown? I think that's one of the towns in the Mad Max series.
Gastown is
Gastown.
also, isn't that where 3 Mile Island, or you got, what's that one out, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good series on HBO if you haven't seen
Really
it.
was.
haven't yet.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So at the very beginning of this movie, the kid got thrown into the dumpster by the bullies, but he actually, like, crawled into the dumpster and the bullies were underneath him. Like, they
Yeah.
make it look like they're
When he
pushing him
comes
up.
out with the food on top of his head.
I don't know. Some of my notes are dumb because I was watching this for the first time, being like, "This is very silly." I surprisingly like this movie. I'm just
The
gonna.
theme song was a smash hit, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's all I knew for the
It
last
was written
40
by
years about
Keith
this movie.
Forsey, composed by Giorgio Moroder. I'm sure you've heard of him, right? Giorgio Moroder.
George Romano, oh yeah, from the thing that
Yeah.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him from that thing too.
Yes, very well
And
known.
performed in French and English by pop singer Lamal, with additional vocals by Ann Calvert and Beth Anderson. That's the females that you heard.
I feel like I've only heard a woman's voice in this song.
The Earworm title song is not featured in the German version of the film, but it did infect other parts of the world. The song reached the top spot on music charts in Sweden and Norway, number 17 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, and sold more than 200,000 copies in the UK.
Wow.
I am a fan of Lamal.
Yeah.
I have the 45 to Neverending Story.
Do you
Do
really?
you? Oh, nice.
Now you get it signed by him.
That would be cool.
Him?
Yeah.
If
Him?
he comes, Noah Hathaway, if I would get it.
Oh,
signed
I
by
know.
him.
I meant the guy that
singer.
sang it.
Oh, Lamal.
Yeah.
Is he still
Yeah,
alive?
that'd be cool. Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Huh.
I think he does movies. I think he does some
Soundtrack stuff?
Yeah, like your boys
Trent
doing.
Reznor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What movie are they doing again?
Tron 3,
that's right, yeah.
for lack of a better name. I don't even know
Trent
what it's-
Reznor and Nine Inch Nails are doing the
They're calling
soundtrack.
it, but they're calling it Nine Inch Nails. Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
I haven't cared about Nine Inch Nails since
I've
the
never been a
90s?
real big fan.
Downward Spiral.
Yeah.
And
I remember
that
I
kind of
saw
stuff.
Marilyn Manson open for Nine Inch Nails. I
saw that.
That was
I
a good
saw that
show.
tour.
Yeah. That was before Marilyn had anything out.
Yeah.
He didn't have any albums out or anything. What do you want to talk about? Movie news.
Go
ahead.
Go.
No, I was just gonna say there was, watching this as an adult, there's a lot of plot holes. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they tell him, you, Atreyu, need to go here, you need to do this. No one can give you advice. You can't take any weapons. No one can help you do this all on your own. But why? We don't know what you have to do, but you just need to do it alone. But then why does he have to do it alone? If you don't know what he has to do, like,
Yeah, why
it
do you
just
know he
drive
has to do it alone?
Like,
And
it
every
was driving
step of his
annoying to
journey
me.
is go to this person,
Yeah,
go to the
go to the
turtle
next
guy,
person.
and he'll
Yeah.
tell you what to do. And then
Yeah.
go to the troll guy with the telescope, and they'll tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You got to go to. Everything was a fetch quest to get to the next
Yes.
thing. That was a
Yeah.
fetch quest before. That was a video game term, but like
Yeah.
it was just like get to the next thing, get to the next thing, get to the next thing, and
Yeah.
it was a little bit too
And
much.
he
of that.
had to go through those 2 statues that were trying to blow him up.
I have it in my
but
rack.
why? Why couldn't he just go around them? Why did he have to go through them? He gained nothing by going through them. He just then kept going. Like, it's not like then he got like a magic charm that was going to magically take him where he got nothing by going through there.
Delicious.
I believe I have a nice rack on those statue broads because like her breasts were like,
They were
their
huge.
nipples were like. I was
They
like, man,
were
lucky that kid's not
huge.
flying because he would have been
I know.
blinded by those things. I was like, my God.
Yeah.
This is a
Why
children's
couldn't
movie.
Falcor just fly them right over?
Yeah, right?
They're or around them. They were here and here.
Falcor was
He had to
tired,
go-
too.
Why
You
couldn't he
guys
just go
remember
that
that,
way?
Yeah,
He was tired. He had to get some rest.
because he just has to sit there
Yeah.
and his head moves back and
Because that's
forth.
the easiest way. You're not going to think of all that shit that they have to have 80 people
Yeah.
working it. You know what
And
I mean?
that's one thing I hate about rewatching these shows I loved as a kid as an adult. Because then I see this shit and I'm like,
But this is a
that
kids
annoys
movie.
me.
You forgive all
I
that
do.
nonsense.
I forgive it
because
all.
It's a kids movie.
I forgive it all.
Yeah.
But like, even as a kid though, when I would watch The Wizard of Oz and the Good Witch asked Dorothy, "Do you have your broomstick?" and she says, "No." But your whole freaking house is right there. You can't go get a broomstick. What
Maybe
if
she
she was
didn't
just
have a
going to be
broom.
like,
Damn,
"Hey,
if the Wicked
fly
Witch
there."
asked me to go get a broomstick, I'll be like, ah.
Yeah.
Can you call my wife and tell her to bring one to me?
But like,
You know
come
what?
on.
Where it is.
So now, like, I always
Do you
pick
get
out these
scared of the
things that
flying
bother me.
monkeys?
No, I love that movie. Nothing scared me about that movie ever. But even as a kid, I picked out that plot hole. Like, your freaking house is right there. You can get a broom. Maybe she's going to let you fly there.
got
Be
sick from all
over.
that silver paint.
I know.
Buddy
Buddy
Epstein.
Epstein.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway, whatever. It was better with Jack Haley or whoever it was.
Do you remember the Munchkin that hung himself?
Jason, I watch that movie like 5 times a year. Literally,
But I'm saying,
still.
do you remember that?
Well, I don't believe it, but I know where it
believe
is.
Isn't it a stork?
It's like a stork.
Did you ever do it with
Yes.
Pink Floyd?
Yes.
You did that? Yeah.
Yes. I cannot
did
tell
Pink
you
Floyd. Is that what you said?
how many times I've watched this movie.
The Pink
And
Floyd
with Pink
lines
Floyd.
up with it. She said she's
know.
done it.
Yeah.
Is it
I
more
have done it.
enjoyable? Is
No,
it good?
it's
Dark
just,
Side of the Rainbow?
It starts
It's fun.
where the line comes up in the first MGM, like the line roars and you hit play. Then it goes through the ticking of the Tin Man's heart. And there are certain things that line up and it is very neat to watch it.
A lot of shit lines
Yeah.
up. Roger Waters is a liar. He was watching Wizard of Oz when he wrote that.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, the bells of when she starts like riding her bike and
I did that
you know
one
what I
time,
mean?
like
all those
in
things.
my 20s,
Yeah.
with Michelle's brother Thomas. I mean, we were very high, but everything worked out
Won't get
really
high.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 28 years old or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm twice that age now.
Now you should be able to do it twice as much.
No, I'm afraid my heart's going to explode out of my butt. I don't want that to happen. The only other thing I have of any importance is at the end when the main kid, what's his name, Bastion?
Yes.
I think his name's Sebastian. They call him Bastion. Which
Yeah.
Bastion.
I know, they call him Bastion, which if I name a kid Sebastian, I would call him
Yeah, I know.
Bastion.
Yeah.
That's a cool nickname
That's what they
for
call
Sebastian.
Sebastian Bach, too. They call him Baz or Sebastian.
Oh yeah, I love Sebastian Bach.
So when
by
he's
the way.
riding Falcor,
He's got a great voice still.
he should have shat all over these kids.
Yeah, I
because
know.
he comes riding into the
Yeah.
city, and
That would've been
he
great,
should have just
yeah.
like bombed up, like all over them.
And you just see him
because they
going
needed
like,
that. Oh,
Do you notice there was like
They did that in Back to the
no,
Future, right? When he
Luck
flies into the
Dragon
shit in the back of the
shit. Like,
truck.
come
Yes.
They could have done it in this, you know?
and there was no like side plot of kids missing. Like no one cared. Like he was gone a full day, but we
Yeah.
didn't
Dad
see.
looks like he was
which
probably gone all
fine.
day,
Oh
too,
yeah, his
right?
dad
So,
had
that's
no
why
idea he
they
was
didn't
gone.
need to keep going back to that whiny bitch like every 5 minutes. Like, I'm reading a book. And,
He could have read
dude.
that book at home in his own room.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be in the school.
The school
you know.
You're
attic?
being very
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
The school's like 700-year-old attic in
Yeah.
a country that's only 300 years
Yeah.
old at that time.
There was a
Like,
lot of scenes with Bastion where you're like, oh, that's so cringy. Like he is corny. He's
I
a
wish
little
Bastion would have
sissy.
switched with Noah, and then I think Bastion would have been better at Treyu. I'm saying it.
Really? I
No,
don't.
I-
I
Okay,
think
good.
Atreyu should have been both.
Both.
No, I think it's good that you had
Characters.
two different people doing it, because he's reading it, and then he's kind of thinking, that's him. He's kind of seeing himself as that. you know?
He should have seen himself as actually himself.
But,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you see yourself as different. I
Well,
look in the mirror.
yes.
When I look in the mirror, I throw up. So,
Don't we
I
all?
think that. So I read up on this after the fact, and this book goes on a lot longer. And this was only like the first third.
he's excited for part 3 with Jack
No,
Black.
I'm not watching it with who?
Jack Black.
I was in the third one.
He is. I didn't see the third one. I saw the
Yeah.
second one in the theater on a double date in 6th grade
Wow,
with Brian.
sixth grade.
Did you get lucky?
Yeah, it was about Brian. I went with Brian Petrino, Danny Bacciani, and Jennifer Keystone.
Okay, guys,
There
out.
we go. They're all we all
They're
went
all
to see this
dead
movie.
now.
Well, one of them might be.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't.
Drugs?
I think so. Yeah, but no, I think he's still alive.
I hope they,
Well,
I hope they
actually,
listen.
You just doxed
the
him.
last
I hope
time-
they listen. I hope they're like, that fucking bitch. I know. What?
Yeah. The last time I saw him, he had just gotten out of jail, so
Oh,
could be.
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. But anyway,
Was he the guy that
He
you
is
were
not
with the date
invited on
on?
the podcast.
yes, yeah, he was my boyfriend
He was
for 2
your-
weeks in the 6th grade. Yeah.
He's not
And
invited
he
on.
did time?
No, I won't. I haven't seen him. I saw him with Bridget Crane. Last time I saw him, I was with Bridget Crane at
Bridget.
Ben's Deli in
You're
Marsville.
doxing a lot of people.
I know.
That's
I
at the
know.
I don't know what the hell's going
But
on
you know
here.
Bridget, so you know Bridget's relatives.
Do I know Bridget?
No, you know her
Oh,
relatives.
I know her
Liz
relatives.
Dollarton.
Yeah.
I
They're
do know
cousins.
Liz
Yep.
Dalton. Okay.
Okay, so now that's the fifth person I've mentioned.
Michelle gave my Michelle Green gave me a like the other day on my
Oh,
Juliette
did she?
Lewis post. I haven't
Nice.
talked to her in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw the second one with the Jonathan Brandis. Is that
Oh,
his
the
name?
late Jonathan Brandis was in the second
He
one?
was the star of it.
Yeah.
I know.
Was-
I
was
don't
he the-
remember
which
if
character
he
was
was.
he?
I don't remember if he was Bastion. I think Falcor was in it, but I don't know if anyone else was in
How
it.
was he in his 20s when he killed himself? Something like that, right?
Yeah, he was very young.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shame. It's a shame.
He was a handsome man.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Those
You know
blue
what I think
eyes.
it was though? I think these guys in Hollywood, they probably got this rape. They probably did shit to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably never
Charlie
came out.
Sheen or
you know what I
whatever,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen raped Corey Haim. And I will
Or
keep
Feldman.
saying it on this spot.
Feldman?
No, he raped
Or
Corey
Haim.
Haim.
Oh,
yeah.
Haim.
Yeah.
He's another.
Corey Feldman's trying to get it out there, but Corey
Remember
Feldman.
the day Corey Feldman had like a countdown to the big news announcement he was going to make?
Yeah.
And everyone thought
But
it was going to
nobody
be that, and
listens
he
to him.
never made the
But he
announcement.
made a video. He has a video, but nobody will play it. He won't.
Hasn't he been saying the truth
Yeah.
like for years and years?
Yeah,
saying
and
that
nobody-
He
all the
doesn't need
higher-ups?
anyone to play it. He has the ability to play it on a
He's trying to
streaming
play it on his
device.
site, and nobody watches it and takes any of the information from it. Why aren't anybody doing anything about it?
I
you
have
know?
seen him on TikTok, but it's people at his concert.
Well, people are now saying like, have you seen any clips of his concert?
I
Yes.
have
We
watched
should have
a
I
bunch
have.
of them
I
recently.
don't like Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit, but we should have
Yeah.
went to the Loserville tour or whatever, because Corey Feldman's playing like guitar,
And his fingers aren't even
he's
anywhere
going like this
near.
on it, and he's going wow, 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 wow.
Oh,
The guitar's
yeah.
making a noise, and he's doing it with his mouth, going wow, 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 wow. It's so ridiculous.
People
Yeah, I
are
wanna
breaking
see
down
that.
his guitar solos, and they're like,
But
his
I
fingers
love
are
him. I
nowhere
wanna go
near where they should be.
I
for
want to
those
go see him
sounds.
perform. I want to go.
I
So
would actually
I
see
can't
it
get
too.
a couple of the songs I can't get out of my head.
Yeah.
The Joke Is on You. That song is so good.
My God. Oh my God. I'm not going
that's
to
hilarious.
that tour.
I love Corey
don't even wanna
Feldman.
go.
I would so go to that show.
Yeah,
Corey
I would
Feldman's
see
going
him
to be a
too.
chiller too. So
Really?
See, Corey Feldman, I want to see because of his movies.
Yeah.
I already met him though. I got my Goonies poster signed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I get like Lost Boys or something?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th final chapter.
That's
which we'll
a
be
good
doing
one, too, yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
We're going to the
Stand
movies to
by
see
me.
that, right?
Because a lot
going.
of Stand
Yeah,
By Me
twice in the-
people, a lot of them are still alive, except for
River.
River Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well,
what?
I can get
Stand By Me.
I'll get Joaquin to sign it, or I can get Kiefer to sign it. Mm-hmm. Kiefer is in that.
Or Will Wheaton.
And who's the Bill S. Preston's in that too, right? Isn't he one of the guys? Bill and Ted. He's one
He's
of
one of the
No,
guys.
he's in Lost
he's one
Boys.
of Kiefer
He's in Lost
Sutherland's
Boys.
friends.
Yeah, you're thinking of Lost Boys.
He's not one of.
He's
Kiefer
not like
Sutherland's
Kiefer's friend. Kiefer
and-
is a
No.
blonde. He looks.
Stand By Me?
He's one of the vampires in Lost Boys with a really
Okay.
cool jacket.
Yeah.
Michelle and I
Jacket.
watched
And
like
also,
the last.
really cool.
Stand By Me, John Cusack.
Michelle and I watched like the last
Yes.
45 minutes of Bill and Ted's the other day. I was just like,
The new one or
no, the original,
The original?
one. I was like, man, is there anything better than this movie?
a
I
great
know.
movie.
It's
It's the
phenomenal.
Fucking movie.
I know.
But it's so fun.
I know.
And
I love
Keanu
it.
still talks like
Yeah.
he talked
Yeah.
in that
Mm-hmm.
movie. It's just so
Like the fact when I see him now with like the combed hair and the beard, I'm just like, nah, dude, just have that ridiculous like Ted hair. Like it's all just.
and just being like, oh, a stoner just woke up. Like, what?
Oh, don't forget to watch you watch, Ted.
When do we do that? It's 88, 89?
Is that far
not soon
away?
enough.
Maybe we should make that a special one.
Listen,
do
if
that.
we ever decide we're done with this shit, we
What?
need to do a. Listen,
Stacey comes on, all of a sudden we're canceling the show.
I'm just saying
I'm done. I'm ready
Sorry,
to
guys.
go.
are we going to really make it to the 90s? You think we'll
Yeah.
make it to the 90s? Andy's going to be really old by then.
Man, I'm just thinking I'll
He
be in my
is.
60s by
Yeah.
then.
You won't want to do that
In
your 60s?
1990, I'll be 60.
Yeah.
When we get to 1990, I'll be 60.
You think he's still going to be doing that?
Well, you want to do it? That's
I
like,
mean, I'm 54
That's a
now.
good-
Is that much going to change in 6 years? I'm like,
she's one thing you're not going to do it.
who are you?
Exactly.
I put my headphones on. I'm like, what?
You think you'd be that bad in 6 years?
I mean, things 6 years ago were a lot better than they are
Had some good
today.
movies, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but
Yeah. Well, when that day comes, we
Terminator
just have
2.
to do like a.
1990,
Yeah, Terminator 2 is 90. Yep.
Oh, I was like, I just
Goodfellas,
watched that. I did just
1990.
watch it.
Jesus.
Yeah, because you watched the Terminator for the
Yeah,
first time,
I did
right?
the whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got us off on a.
Yeah, I don't even know where
Oh,
we're
you,
going with
Tangent.
that.
you got Goodfellas, you got Misery,
Oh, Misery
Misery's-
was so good.
It's awesome.
Awakenings.
Good.
95 to
Tough
make it to
movie to talk
95 to
about.
get to my favorite movie.
Kings of New
Clueless.
York.
Dana,
King
the
of
other
New York,
day,
excuse me.
Michelle and I went to. Oh, I forgot to bring that up in the mini. We went
Ski
to the
school.
We went to the racetrack.
that's a good movie.
Oh, you were at the racetrack with us. We got back from the
Oh,
track
yeah.
the other day. We turned on the TV. Mean Girls was on. So I want to see that movie. Mean
at that
Girls was on.
tagline,
We
dude.
watched
Keep your
it all the
tips
way
up.
through.
Keep your tips up.
So we watched Mean Girl all the way through.
Oh yeah, you watched Mean
And
Girls.
then
That's weird. Problem
Clueless came
Child.
on. We watched that
love
all the way
Clueless.
through.
Amazing.
And then
Amazing.
Bring It On came on. And then
Oh,
we
I
watched that.
love Bring It
was
On.
the most ridiculous
That
thing.
is
I was
a
like,
phenomenal-
We sat there on a Saturday
Oh my
after having
God.
been at the track all day and watched Mean Girls, Clueless, and Bring It On.
That's
Back to
amazing.
back to
Those are
back.
three
It was
bangers.
so
Yep.
dumb.
I'm not as
so much
I
fun.
like Mean Girls, but I haven't watched it repeatedly as many times as
I
I
will
watched
tell you
Clueless
that
and
out
Bring
of
It
those
On.
three movies, Mean Girls is by far the lowest.
We
Yeah,
did Ski
yeah.
School and Ski Patrol in 1990.
But man, Bring It On, I
Arachnophobia.
love,
Yeah.
and
Bring It On's phenomenal.
Clueless is one of
Clueless
my
and Bring It
all-time
On. As far
favorites.
as teen movies go, Clueless and Bring It On definitely top three. Clueless is definitely my favorite, but
I never saw
there
Bring It
is
On.
I think Bring It On might be my favorite.
I like
'Cause I love
Clueless
Elijah
more.
Dushku in that.
Oh my god, I know. But I
Finally.
love.
Sounds like something you should be saying.
I know, right? Well, she was in Buffy, and I'm a huge
Oh,
Buffy fan.
Buffy.
So, and her character
It
in
all goes back
Buffy,
to Buffy.
was the best. Her character in Buffy was just phenomenal. But anyway,
She does a Buffy podcast.
I have a Buffy
You do
podcast.
a Buffy podcast.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you want to do that? You want to
You
do a
wanna come
Buffy?
on?
Do you know Angel
never-
was voted like the hottest vampire of all the vampires?
Okay, but that's wrong.
Thank you.
Right? It's
Thank
just,
you.
if you're going to pick one from that universe, it's Spike.
It's Bella Lugosi.
Oh, see, I was going to say
yeah.
Brad Pitt from
oh,
Interview with
God,
Vampire.
no.
Oh, there's way better. Just even like
Yes.
the Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
They were all hot.
Yeah, they were.
Oh yeah.
Especially the blonde one with the long
Frog
hair.
Was it the Frog Brothers? Is that what they were? Right, the Frog Brothers.
Was that the Coreys?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Lost Boys. I think.
I don't
that's what they-
remember. Ask Tara. Tara knows everything about that
Well,
movie.
does she want to go meet Corey Feldman in October?
She probably would. I feel like I had this conversation with you already, but about Tara and the Lost Boys and her.
We might have,
and-
yeah.
But,
That's
um,
that's
It's just
probably
like
her
the
favorite
Twilight.
movie. Which
It's
is one of
just
her
like
favorite
the Twilight
movies.
Zone.
Yeah,
We
she
talked
loves
about that
that
for
movie.
like a million times.
Well, we'll
before we
continue to
actually
talk
got
about the
that.
Twilight Zone as
Well,
well.
we talked about the Vic Morrow death forever.
That's a
until
lot.
actually
Yeah, we could
got
have done
to it.
special on that.
Yeah. For as many times as I heard you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we can get to some scores now if you
I just want
want.
to make sure I
Right.
didn't forget anything in all my
Unless you have
all four
anything
notes.
else that you wanted to
No,
touch on for
I
this before we
don't.
get to the scores. I mean,
no.
who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go
Should I-
first.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm
like,
dying to hear
I
Andy's
never
score.
saw this movie before. I didn't hate it. I had some fun watching it. I will never watch it again because
Yeah,
it
you don't
holds,
need to, yeah.
it holds no nostalgia to me. But like I said, the turtle scene I loved. There were parts of it that I was like, "This is fun." The were they trolls with the looking
Oh, I
glass?
think they were
like that?
little people.
Whatever they
Yeah.
were.
They were, like,
I
this
had a
big,
lot.
I
I
feel
had a lot of
like.
fun
Yeah.
with that. But like I said, I'll never watch it again. I gave it a 65. Like it's
Okay.
good. It's
Yeah.
for 1984. Special effects were banging.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, like Industrial Lights and Magic, maybe were involved or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though the Germans are doing
Spielberg
it.
was a little involved.
You're right.
but, you know, so-
Spielberg was involved. And
Yeah.
you got Lucas in, but I had a good time.
All right.
You want me to go?
Sure. You
All
can
right.
go.
This is a movie I watched as a kid. I loved it as a kid. Watched it a bunch of times. Watching it again now is obviously not as good because I'm
Yeah.
older. But like I said, if I took a score from when I was older and when I was younger, and then did the average of that, I'd say it's about 75.
Okay.
So I'll give it a 70,
All right.
75. Yeah, 75%
Okay.
for this.
So you
I
want to
won't.
go next?
I don't need to watch it again. If it's on, I'll watch it, but I won't
Yes.
seek it out.
I get what you're saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going with it. I watched it on repeat as a child.
Yeah.
And, watching it again now, I still love it. It's a quick movie. I think it's just one of those, easy watches, goes by fast.
Yeah.
So 78.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my god, can't wait.
You guys know that when I love something,
Of course,
I
she
love
goes
it
out.
forever.
Remember what she did for Grease too?
Yeah,
she had to give that
99.
99.
Oh, cool, Ryder.
Yeah, gave it a 99. I think I gave it a 99.5.
You might have. Yeah.
Actually, I took off 0.5 because I don't like a certain song.
Did you ever see the penis scene in Grease too?
Oh, there is. It only was discovered like 10 years ago that
On the track.
when Michael's running track trying to make the team, there's someone next to him running track and it just falls out.
Like falls out of the shorts or 80s shorts.
Well, I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing tonight, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I even think at one point Andy's like, you found out what point it was in
Yeah.
the movie, like the minute mark.
The second. He had the
Yeah.
second.
Well, I
Yeah, they're
usually
like-
find out what time nudity happens in the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
He just
Even
goes,
if it's
"Mr. Skin."
even if it's a dick.
Yeah. I love this movie. I remembered so many lines in this movie. I think about Falcor all the freaking time. Anytime I see a dog that looks like it, that is white, basically,
Yeah.
with long hair, I'm like, oh, that looks like Falcor, no matter what kind of
And he
dog it
loved
is.
Dragon. She sees right away.
Yeah. Like, wow.
I'm not just a dragon. I mean,
I love Dragon.
Okay.
I'm a really lazy one though.
We never mentioned the another thing that scared me when I was a kid too was the wolf that we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
wolf's name?
Gamork?
Gamork.
Gamork.
Yeah, we never talked about Gamork, but yeah, he was another thing that as a kid I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, this kid
Yeah.
spawned to a lot of close-up heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Like,
did.
he was just always in front of this
Yeah.
big giant head.
Even had the turtle real close up.
The
Yeah.
turtle, Falcor,
Yeah.
the werewolf,
Yeah.
like he was just always in front of their heads.
Yeah. Because I couldn't afford the rest of them.
Here comes the number. Here comes the number.
The sadness that I've always carried with me of Artex sinking into the swamp of
Ridiculous
sadness.
death. I mean, like, of all the points,
and now
just-
hearing
just to-
more about it,
just to get you right there. It's all it's for.
If someone were to ask me, like, what's some of the saddest things you've ever seen, it would be that.
Artax.
You know, it would be any Disney movie where someone dies, obviously.
Bambi.
But
Bambi's
Bambi,
mom, Nemo's
Bambi's
family.
mom. Oh my God.
I don't
Nemo's
like deer.
700
Nemo,
brothers.
yeah. Ugh, I can't.
She hates
Sad.
deer, so she was really happy.
What was that?
She hates deer. She was really happy.
Oh my God.
And how that wasn't sad enough for him to sink into the mud afterwards. Like the
Yeah.
Swamp of Sorrows or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Swamp of
Yeah.
Swamp of
sadness.
sadness.
Swamp of
Sadness.
sadness.
What I call
yeah.
my vagina. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
If Brian was here, he'd isolate that.
Yeah.
He'd like,
Yeah,
isolate
that'd be
that, but I
the
don't know.
clip of the
I don't know how to
preview
do
for the
that.
show.
That would be on the clips too.
Yeah, yeah.
Send this one to Brian. See what
Yeah.
he can do.
Hey, listen around 50 minutes and parse out of this.
He would love that.
Probably be like, I gotta go home now.
I give this movie a 90.
Nice.
It is
Nice.
phenomenal, and I love it, and I love every minute of
Nice.
And will you watch it again, like, soon?
it. I was kind of
You
thinking,
won't
like, oh, I
seek
should.
it out, will you?
No, but I was like, you know what? Because I had to pay for it, so I'm not going to pay for it again
Oh, my
for
God,
the
no way.
rental.
Of
So,
course not.
You should
I
have
mean, you
bought
paid
it.
for Deadpool this week. You're not gonna pay for a
oh
second
my God,
movie.
it was expensive.
You should have bought it.
Yeah, Michelle and I went to the movies. It was like $50. Yeah. So it was
Ridiculous.
It's like $20
I was
a ticket
whoa,
now.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
realize
$20.
it was-
That's
yeah.
what.
And
I
then
was
they're like, well,
did
you
I
gotta
pick
watch it. You're
IMAX
watching it in
or 3D?
RPX. And you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell am I watching this in RPX?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I mean,
Well, we went in the morning because I was like, oh, I can get 20% off if I go at 10 a.m. And plus, everything was sold out. That was the only ticket I could find.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. So that's why I sneak shit into the movie theater. I'm not buying sodas. I'm not buying candy. I'm not buying anything else from
But
these
you're not
movie
gonna
theaters.
the Wolverine popcorn thing was like.
Oh my
no,
God.
like, no.
No.
The Deadpool one in the seat. Did you see that one yet? That's crazy.
Yeah. No,
Baby
I.
Deadpool.
Oh my God. First of all, baby Deadpool was his child.
Yeah.
His actual
Yeah.
baby. And kid Deadpool was
Spoilers,
his
she
daughter.
didn't see it.
Well,
that's
you
okay.
don't see them anyway.
but she doesn't
I don't know what you guys are talking
There
about.
you go. Dog pool is my
So
favorite
what's coming
part
up
of that.
next on the docket?
Well, I guess we have to. We're doing. We'll be doing All of Me. That'll be up
I was
next.
hoping he would forget.
Oh, I gotta
Steve
go home and
Martin,
watch
Lily
that. Okay.
Tomlin. But we're not doing that. Recording that next.
We're not recording
We're
it
recording
next,
a different
but-
movie tomorrow.
yes.
But the next thing after this will be All of Me. I know.
Okay.
Not a fan?
Nope.
He
Did you
doesn't
ever
know,
actually
so.
see it? Mm-hmm. You did. Oh, great. So I'll be the tiebreaker.
No,
I
it's
guess.
a good movie. I just hate Steve Martin.
But you like
I
Only
don't
Murders.
like Steve Martin. I know, but I don't know. It has to have a better cast around
Okay.
it. It has a big cast around it. This, we'll see.
Okay.
I want Lily Tomlin's the only saving grace.
Yeah, I do like Lily Tomlin a lot.
All of Me's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a fun movie.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just don't like Steve Martin.
Okay.
That's my problem.
That makes sense. That's
Father of the
justified.
Bride.
Fuck Steve Martin. I'll say it right now. Fuck you, Steve Martin.
You didn't like
I hate Steve Martin.
Only
He hates
Murders
Tom
in the Building?
Hanks, Like,
No, Tom Hanks, I don't have a problem with. I think Tom Hanks has a lot of secrets.
Oh, okay.
And I think Tom Hanks is very evil, but he doesn't show it.
He doesn't like him. I mean, he doesn't not
But he doesn't
like
not like
him.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good
They're
friends.
evil.
He hates.
We're really good friends.
He hates Will Smith.
Well,
You
that-
like him?
I do not hate Will Smith. I like many of his movies.
That's what I said. You like him.
I love Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I'd watch it right now if
Okay.
it were
Yeah,
on.
it's
I've
good.
never watched
Yeah.
an
I always
episode of
celebrate
that.
Alfonso Ribeiro on Silver Spoons.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never watched Fresh Prince, but I've seen Will Smith movies that I've liked.
Have you
Yeah.
seen Silver Spoons? Exactly.
Sure, of course.
Well, I'll tell you, Ashley, my
Jason
Ashley
Bateman
was
and-
named Ashley after Ashley on Fresh Prince of Bel Air, according to Tara.
Really?
Really?
I guess
I
it's
would-
just where she got the name, the
I would-
idea
Tara,
of the name
If I was Tara, I
from.
wouldn't share that story
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't think she's named after the character, but she got the idea.
It's a
I
good
guess,
thing
from
that nobody listens to this podcast.
I know, and Tara doesn't listen either, so she'll never hear that comment.
We named Daniel after that was the only name Michelle and I could agree upon after naming
let me guess, you were trying to get-
500 other names.
Really?
'Cause every name she would come up with, like, nah.
He was like, "What
I know
about
a guy
Han?"
named- No, but
Is
I
that
did
when you
say
realize
Anakin.
how many people you hate when you have to name your kid?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like we went through because we expected Daniel to be a girl and he was a
Did you ask
boy.
her for Londo? Did you say,
Wait, you thought Daniel was going to be a girl?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't find out till he was born?
Yep, we had a name picked out for
Oh.
a girl. We still have not used that name, and
You should have named your kid Rebecca. You could have called her Chewbacca. Chewbacca.
So when Daniel was born, it took us all day just going through names. Whatever name Michelle mentioned, I'm like, nah, I know a guy like that. He's a dick.
You're like, what
Yeah.
about Ralph?
No. But Logan was named after Wolverine because
Tara
we
asked
took-
me that, and I
we
was like,
took-
there's no way that
we
Michelle
took
would agree to
Daniel.
that.
We took Daniel to
Oh
the
my God.
ultrasound. Daniel was like 3 years old, and we did the ultrasound. Because we lived in a small house, then we're like,
Yeah.
if it's a girl, we're gonna have to buy another house because
Yeah.
we need more room. And it's a boy. Okay, great. We're not gonna move yet. And look, Dan was like, we should name him Logan. We're like, awesome name. And then we get
Daniel
we're
said
like,
it?
Yep. And we
Nice.
got in the car and we're driving. We were like, Logan. He's like, yeah, Wolverine's name. I'm like, okay. Michelle was already like
badass.
locked.
It's
Michelle
badass.
was like locked in. She's like, I like that name. So
It's funny
Logan's
because
named
after we saw
Daniel's named
Wolverine-
after the least offensive name we could come up
Oh my
with.
God.
So-
After we
Either
left
one of us all.
Deadpool, which, by the way, Tara slept through 50% of Deadpool.
God damn, that movie
How?
was so
She was like-
much
She was
fun.
like, I don't know who these people are or what's happening, and I can't Google it on my phone because I don't have my phone out in the theater. So she just was like, and I kept having to like nudge her
Did she
because she was
snore?
like breathing heavy, and I'm like, wake up. And she's like, ugh. But when we
She's like
left,
watching the movie and she just hears it next door.
yeah. So, then when we left, she was like, "Did Michelle and Andy name Logan Logan?" Because I'm like, Tara, that would be really dumb. Like, why would Andy name him
Yeah.
after that?
It's really,
And I'm like,
it's really
that's
true.
so stupid. And now she's right.
It is
So
that
now I got to
stupid.
go tell her. Well, actually, I don't have to tell her because she'll never hear this.
You should
But
tell
she'll
her.
never
I think
know.
that's a good story to
She'll
tell her.
never
though.
know
I
she was
named my
wrong.
kid after
I was wrong.
Wolverine. She named her kid after some
I
character
know.
of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I know my kid named her Spreaker. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things for the exciting and new podcast on all of our socials. Thank you, Stacey, for coming on.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for
very
having
much.
me.
Thank you.
Exciting
Yeah,
and new
blast.
Pick out a horror
podcast.
movie and come
It's
back
nice
on
to have
to it.
another girl come on.
I am Jason.
AE Gonzo1 on Instagram, AE Gonzo1970 on Twitter. Got them backwards. Switch them
That's
around.
why you
I'm
write them
Andy.
down.
Delete.
Dana Caps
No
on
one
TikTok,
cares.
Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
Stacey, Falcon Wolf 25 on Instagram.
I would love to know that Stacey gets like 1,000 more responses than we've
I
ever
know,
gotten.
right?
She's like, oh, hey, everybody keeps reaching out to me. And we're like, well, fuck you. No one ever reaches out to us.
Beg people to comment on our stuff. They don't do it.